Ram Ram
Rama
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Jai Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur
Krishna Krishna
Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 26th of May. It is Trivikrama Masa or Jyeshta Masa and Krishna Paksham Thadiya Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events today. We shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is offering his prayers to the Supreme Lord, at the same time asking for the blessings of the Lord to invoke on him, and so Lord will please so that he can speak for the Srimad Bhagavatam about the Lord's his expansion and his energies, how he manages and this entire cosmic manifestation. So yesterday he was addressing the Lord. He is the Lord of all the opulence, Lord of sacrifices, Lord of the people, Lord of the planets, Lord of the intelligence, and Lord of the earth, Lord of all the Vrishni, Andaka, and Satpatas, and that Lord to be pleased with me. Likewise, he is invoking the auspiciousness prayers. श्रियः पतिः यज्ञपतिः प्रजापतिः दियांपतिः लोकपतिः धरापतिः पतिर्गतिः च अंधकवृष्णि सात्वतां प्रसीदतां मे भगवान् सतां पतिः. So beautiful verse. And today, further, Sukadeva Goswami, he is addressing the Lord, saying that, mentioning two statements, and then once again he is invoking auspiciousness onto him, and Lord will be pleased with him. Likewise, the first statement is, all the devotees who are always remembering the Krishna's lotus feet each and every moment, they will see through their intelligence, because they have surrendered themselves. Through their intelligence, they realize, they see the Atmatva, they see the absolute truth. That is first statement. And second statement, there are mental speculators. They always think about the absolute truth. They say in different ways according to their own whims. That is the second statement. And third, he is invoking that Lord who is glorified by the devotees and mental speculators, that Lord who gives the liberation, be pleased with me. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is praying. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 4, verse number 21. Yedangri abhidhyana samadhi dhautaya diyanupasyanti hi tattvamatmanah vadanti chetat kavayo yatarucham same mukundo bhagavan prasidatam. Yedangri abhidhyana samadhi dhautaya. Yedangri abhidhyana. And whose lotus feet, thinking of each and every moment, abhidhyana, every moment. Abhidhyana samadhi dhautaya, in the trance. They're thinking and meditating on the Lord's lotus feet each and every moment in that trance. Abhidhyana samadhi dhautaya, and purified of, having washed off, what? It is diya, the intelligence. Their intelligence is now very clear. That is a devotee. Yadangri abhidhyana samadhi dhautaya dhiya, their intelligence is purified. Anupasyantihi, and they will see, certainly they will see the Lord. Anupasyantihi, each and every moment. Anupasyanti. And they see by following the authorities. Anupasyantihi tattvamatmanah, the absolute truth. Tattvamatmanah, the absolute truth. Atmanah, the supreme personality of Godhead and of oneself. So the Lord who is situated in all the heart of all the living entities, he see the Lord. Dhyanupastintihi tattvamatmanaha, by scientifically purified of intelligence, who is always meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord. This is devotee. Yadangriya vidhyana samadhi dhotaya dhyanupastintihi tattvamatmanaha. Vadanti chaitat kavyo yataruchim. Vadanti chaitat kavyo yataruchim. So this is about the mental speculators. Vadanti chet tat kavayo. Kavayo is the vadanti means they say that also that here that the same thing, the same substance they speak. Kavayo yatarucham. It is the philosophers or learned scholars. Yatarucham according to their own whims or whatever they think about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are mental speculators. Vadanti chetat kavayo yatarucham according to their own ways. Same mukundo bhagavan prasidatam. Same mukundo, the Lord. Sa, so it is he, that Lord, me, towards me. Mukundaha, the Lord Krishna, who gives the liberation. Same mukundo bhagavan prasidatam. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prasidatam, and be pleased with me. Same mukundo bhagavan prasidatam. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is praying to the Lord. Yadangriya vidhyana samadhi dhautaya dhyanupastintihi tattvamatmanaha. Vadanti chetat kavyo yatarucham same mukundo bhagavan prasidatam. So translation for this verse. It is the personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, who gives liberation. By thinking of his lotus feet at every second, following in the footsteps of authorities, the devotee in trance can see the absolute truth. The learned mental speculators, however, think of him according to their own whims. May the Lord be pleased with me. So purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this purport is again long purport. Can I request 3 voluntary devotees to read? Can I request unallocated devotees to read the first part? Or any devotees is fine.
Can I start?
Yes, Mataji, please.
The mystic yogis, after a strenuous effort to control the sense, may be situated in a trance of yogis, just to have a vision of the super soul within everyone. But the pure devotee, simply by remembering the Lord's lotus feet at every second, at once becomes established in real trance, because by such realization his mind and intelligence are completely cleansed of the disease of material enjoyment. The pure devotee thinks himself fallen into the ocean of birth and death, and instantly prays to the Lord to lift him up. He only aspires to become he only aspires to become a speck of transcendental dust at the lotus feet of the Lord. The pure devotee, by the grace of the Lord, absolutely loses all attraction for material enjoyment, and to keep from them contaminants, to always think of the lotus feet of the Lord. King Kula
Kulashekara.
etc. A great devotee of the Lord, prayed, Krishna Tavadya Pada Parigraja Parijanyantam Advaya me Vasatu Mansa Raja Hamasa Prana prayana samaya kapah vata pitha kanthana, sorry, what's it? Around
Kantavarodhana.
the vidu samanah kutare. My Lord Krishna, I pray that the swan of my mind may immediately sink down to the steam of the lotus feet, lordship, and uh, can you go up? Sorry, can you just put up Lord Krishna. My Lord Krishna, I pray to the swarm of my mind may immediately sink down to the steam of the lotus feet of you, Lordship, and be locked in their network. Otherwise, at the time of my final breath, when my throat is choked up with cough, how will it be possible to think of you?
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So this is very beautiful purport. Okay, so can I request other devotee, a voluntary devotee, to read second paragraph, please? Saranya Mataji, would you like to read second? Malti Mataji. Hare Krishna, Malti Mataji. Saranya Mataji, would you like to read second paragraph?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Saranya, yes, Mataji, yeah.
Prabhu, I'm reading.
Yes, Mataji, yeah. Kindly read
Hare
second.
Hare Krishna. There is an intimate relationship between the swan and the lotus stem. So the comparison is very appropriate. Without becoming a swan or Paramahamsa, one cannot enter into the network of lotus feet of the Lord. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, the mental speculators, even by dint of learned scholarship, cannot even dream of the absolute truth by speculating over it for eternity. The Lord reserves the right of not being exposed to such mental speculators. And because they cannot enter into the network stem of the lotus feet of the Lord, all mental speculators differ in conclusions. And at the end, they make a useless compromise by saying as many conclusions as many ways, according to one's own inclination, yada rujam. But the Lord is not like a shopkeeper trying to please all sorts of customers in mental speculative exchange. The Lord is what He is, the absolute personality of Godhead, and He demands absolute surrender unto Him only. The pure devotee, however, by following the ways of previous acharyas or authorities, can see the Supreme Lord through the transparent medium of a bona fide spiritual master. Anupashyanti. The pure devotee never tries to see the Lord by mental speculation, but by following in the footsteps of acharyas. Mahajano yena gadasa padaha. Therefore, there is no difference of conclusions amongst the Vaishnava acharyas regarding the Lord and the devotees. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya asserts that the living entity, Jiva, is eternally the servitor of the Lord, and that he is simultaneously one with and different from the Lord. This tattva of Lord Chaitanya's is shared by all four sampradayas of the Vaishnava school, all accepting eternal servitude to the Lord even after salvation. And there is no authorized Vaishnava Acharya who may think of the Lord at himself as one. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Malti Mataji, would you read the last paragraph, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
This humbleness of the pure devotees who is 100% engaged in his service puts the devotee of the Lord in a trace by which to realize everything. Because to a sincere devotee of the Lord reveals himself as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 10.10, the Lord being the Lord of intelligence in everywhere, even in the non-devotee. Favor his devotee with proper intelligence so that automatically the pure devotee is enlightened with the factual truth about the Lord and his different energies. The Lord is revealed not by one's speculative power or by one's verbal jugglery over the absolute truth. Rather, he reveals himself to devotee when he is fully satisfied by the devotee's service attitude. Sukadev Goswami is not a mental speculator or a compromiser or of the theory as many ways, as many conclusions. Rather, he prays to the Lord only, evoking his transcendental pleasure. That is the way of knowing the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, so Prabhupada is bringing an example. So how the devotees think. So the Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Yadangrebi dhyana samadhi dhautaya dhyanupastinthi tattvamatmanaha, about the devotees in the first two lines. And second is the mental speculators. So Prabhupada is explaining about the devotees here in the first section. And the devotees, they are always thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord. ये तु त्वदीय चरणं भुजकोशगन्धं जिघ्रन्ति कर्णविवरैः सुतिवातनीतं भक्त्या गृहीत चरणः पर्याश तेषां नापैशिनाद हृदयाम्बुरुहास्तु पुंसाम्. So because they keep the Lord in their heart, the Lord is never separated from the devotee. Because they ये तु त्वदीय चरणं भुजकोशगन्धं जिघ्रन्ति कर्णविवरैः, they're always hearing the nectar coming from the lotus feet of Krishna through their ears. Jighranti karna vivraihi sutivata bhaktya gruhita charana paryata tesham. See, they are keeping the Lord in their heart. Na paishinada pradhyam burhaspa pumsam. And Lord will always stay in the lotus of their heart all the time. He is never separated. And here, likewise, his intelligence is completely purified. He doesn't have to think any further. So likewise, Yadingri Abhidhyana Samadhi Dhotaya, always in the trance at each and every second. So that is such realization, his mind and intelligence are completely cleansed of the diseases of material enjoyment. And the devotee, he thinks that he fallen into the ocean of birth and death. So whenever people come and see everything through our eyes and ears, hearing and smelling and touching, they wanted to enjoy for themselves. Yavat pradakvam idamatman indriyardha maya balam bhagavato janaisha pashet tavanna samsriti chakram. So they will fall into the ocean of birth and death whenever they feel to enjoy. It is for my enjoyment. This is my family. This is my son. This is my husband. All my husband wealth is mine. I spend all these things. I make this house beautiful. So, and this is my wife. It is only for me. And likewise, everyone thinks it is mine in the bodily conception of life. Yavat pradukam midamatmani indriyardha. That is for sense gratification. By what? Maya bhalam bhagavato janayesha pashet. So likewise, Tavanna Samskriti Chakram, they fall into the Samskriti Chakram, into the birth and old age. This is this life cycle again and again. This is become a habit of the soul. Habit of the soul. So this is when the baby in the womb, he again thinks of this, the same thing. Bhuyo yata vyasanam yetad anekarandram. Yata vyasanam, this is the habit, bad habit of entering into the womb of each and everyone. All the living into either cat womb or mother, dog mother womb, like that, human mother womb, like different kinds of. Yetad anekarandram. Mami bhavishiti upasadita Vishnupadaha. So At least this lifetime, I do not want to enter again after that. So just let me offer my this life only to the lotus feet of the Lord. Mame bhavishit upasadita Vishnupadaha. So that it will not happen. The samsati, birth, old age, disease, and death would not happen again. So likewise, a pure devotee always thinks, and here he only asks us to become the speck of transcendental dust at the lotus feet of the Lord, and loses all. And by the grace of the Lord, he loses all attraction for material enjoyment. And to keep free from contamination, he always thinks of the lotus feet of Lord. And Kulashekara is thinking. So this is very practical one. कृष्ण त्वदीय पद पंकज पंजरांतम अध्यैव मे विशतु मानस राजहंसः प्राण प्रयाण समे कपवात पित्तैः कंठावरोदन विदौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते. See, this is how Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaja Panjarantam. You, oh my dear Lord, your lotus feet as a cage, Pada Pankaja Panjarantam, and within that cage, Adhyayv me Vishatu Manasa Rajahamsaha, me Vishatu Manasa Rajahamsaha. The swan, my mind is like a swan. This, please imprison this swan, the mind, at the cage which is at your network of your lotus feet. And because, and he is saying the reason also, prana prayana samaye kapavata pittaihi. Whenever he is leaving this body at the time, due to the kapha, vata, pitta, cough, mucus, and bile, and all these things, kantavarodana vidau smaranam kutaste. Whether I would be able to remember, whether I would be able to pronounce your name due to the choking of the throat. Kantavarodana vidau smaranam kutaste. I don't know whether I will be able to remember. So Krishna is mentioning Antakale Chimamiva Smaranukva Kalevaram Yah Prayati Samadbhavam Nati Asti Atra Samsayaha. So, but I don't know, my dear Lord, whether I will be able to say your name at the last moments. So now I am in the good health. So I am in a pure consciousness. Let my mind, everything be locked at the lotus, at your lotus feet. See, that is the prayers of Kulashekara. These are exalted prayers. It was so many hundreds of years back. So at that time, so his prayers, Naham Vande Tava Charanayoho Dhandva Madhandva Hetoho Kumbipakum Gurumapi Hare Narakam Napanitum Ramya Rama Mrudutanalata Nandane Napirantam Bhave Bhave Hridaya Bhavane Bhavayam Bhavantam. So that is Naham Vande Tava Charanayoho Dhandva Madhandva Hetoho. So he is asking that I did not come here at your lotus feet for the saying of to save me from the dualities of this material world. Kumbi Pakum Gurumapi Hare Narakam Napanetum. Even though I'm not asking to protect me from the Kumbi Paka Naraka. And also I am not coming here, Ramya Rama Mrudutanarata Nandini Napirantum, not for the heavenly enjoyment, which are in the there Nandana, the very forest in the heavenly planets, which is very beautiful for enjoyment of the heavenly damsels, denizens. So, but vayam him bhave bhave hridaya bhavani bhavayam bhavantam. So all my thoughts, it should be in my hridaya bhavani, in the palace of my heart. Bhavayam bhavantam all the time. And only your thoughts, nothing else, only your thoughts. Wherever I go, that is only my desire. That is his Nasta Dharme Navusanichaye Naiva Kamopabhoge Yajjad Bhavyam Bhavatu Bhagavan Purva Karmanurupam Etat Pradhyam Mama Bahumatam Janma Janmantarepi Tvatpad Amboruha Yugagata Nishala Bhakti Rastu. So beautifully, these are exalted prayers. Once, if he is reciting this, Kulashekara Alva's prayers, so beautiful. And he mentions Diviva Bhuviva Mamastavaso Narakeva Narakantaka Pravakamam Avadivita Saradara Vindhav Charanote Marane Yapi Chintayami. It doesn't matter if I am in the heaven or in the hell. All the time I have to be remembering only your lotus feet. Charanaute marane api chintayami, even at the stage of the death. Charanaute marane api chintayami. So these are Chintayami Harimeva Santatam Manda Manda Hajitanam Bujam Nanda Gopatanayam Paratparam Naradadi Muni Brunda Vanditam. So these are Kulashekara Alvars. So he mentions about glorifies Krishna, and also one is the medicines, and second one is the medicine and jewels and mantra, jewel and medicine. He prays the Lord. Shatruchedeka mantram sakalam Upanishad Vakya Sampujya mantram Samsarottara mantram Samupachittamaha Sanga Niryana mantram Sarvaishwaryeka mantram Vyasana Bhujaga Sandasta Santrana mantram Jihve Sri Krishna mantram Japa Japa Satatam Janma Sapalya mantram. See, this is glorifying the Krishna mantram. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Jihve Sri Krishna mantram Japa Japa Satatam Janma Sapalya mantram. See, Setru Chedeka mantram starts it like that. And also it is all the about the medicine. He is taking the medicine and applying onto Krishna, saying that Vyamoha Prashamaushadam Muni Manovritti Pravrityaushadam Daitrendryatikaraushodam Tribhuvani Sanjeevanekaushadam Bhaktatyantahitaushadam Bhavabhayapradvamsanekaushadam Shreya Praptikaroshadam Piba Mana Sri Krishna Divyaushadam. See, drink Sri Krishna Divyaushadam all the time. Drink the nectar of Krishna as a medicine. That is the Shreya Praptikaroshadam. These are all Kulashekara Alva's prayers, very beautiful, and he glorifies about as comparing Krishna as the jewels like Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garuda Manihi Trailokya Raksha Manihi Gopi Lochana Chatagam Buddha Manihi Saundarya Mudra Manihi Yah Kanta Mani Rukmini Ganakuche Dvandvaika Bhosha Manihi Shreyo Devasika Manihi Dishetanu Gopala Chuda Manihi. So these are the exalted remembering Krishna at each and every moment. That is Yedangri Abhidhyana Samadhitotaya Dhyanupastinthi Tattvamatmanaham. So devotee always sees Krishna's lotus feet and remembers each and every moment purified by purifying his intelligence. So that is Krishna's. So Prabhupada is bringing that Kulashekara Alva's prayer here. And then further he is saying about the explaining the devotees like a Paramahamsas. Paramahamsas, so what they do, they always take the essence of it, essence of all the scriptures. This is Prabhupada explaining. Comparison is without becoming a swan or Paramahamsa, one cannot enter into the network of the lotus feet of the Lord, as stated in the Brahma Samhita, the mental speculators. Even by dint of their learned scholarship, and they cannot even dream of the absolute truth by speculating over it for eternity. So here, this is by only through the Guru Parampara. Tashraddhana Muniyo Dhyana Vairagyuktaya Paschinchapmani Chatmanam Bhaktya Shruta Gruhitaya. They have heard from the devotees and the acharyas and spiritual master, and they will execute the similar way. Tashraddhana Muniyo Dhyana Vairagyuktaya Paschinchapmani Chatmanam Bhaktya Shruta Gruhitaya. Just exactly follow the footsteps, no mental speculations. That is the devotee. He doesn't have to think of anything. Once he come into the right path or not, that he need to make sure. So that is Prabhupada is explaining. And Paramhamsas, they're always in that path. And this is their mental speculators. By dint of their learned scholarship, they cannot even Pantastu Koti Satavatsar Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam. Even though by the speed of the mind, for traveling for so many millions of years, still they cannot go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is Pantastu Koti Satavatsara Sampragamyo Vayuratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam. This is the Brahma's prayers, Brahma Samhita. So Prabhupada is saying, Sopyastyat Prabhasivni Avichinchatatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So it is all the useless endeavor by the mental speculators. Again, they have to come back to this material world until Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabhaha. They come to the conclusion that only the Krishna is the ultimate destination. So that is, and here the Lord is not like a shopkeeper trying to please all sorts of customers in the mental speculator exchange. And then further, Prabhupada is explaining about he demands complete surrender onto his lotus feet. That is the pure devotee. Without second thought, he surrenders himself at the lotus feet of the Lord. And through the medium of bona fide spiritual master, Anupasyanti. And also Lord cannot be understood by the either intelligence or the mind or the senses. अतः श्रीकृष्ण नामादि न भवेत् ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः सेवोन्मुखैः जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यदः. When one is engaging in the service, then he will understand. Lord will only reveal himself to that devotee. Otherwise, atah Sri Krishna Namadi, even including his name, Nabevet Grahim Indriyaihi, it will not happen through the senses, mind, intelligence, everything which is related to the body. What are the body? Bhumirapo Nalovayu Kam Mano Buddhirevacha. Ahankariti Yamme Bhinna Prakriti. They are all material ingredients and also corresponding the senses, the eyes, the ears, and all those, they cannot understand. But Sevormukhehi Jihvado, with the nature of devotional service, Sevormukhehi Jihvado, starting from the tongue, by what? Chanting the holy names of the Lord. Jihvado. And Swaimeva Spuratyadaha, the Lord will reveal himself to that person who is trying in his endeavor, engaged in the devotional service. That is a pure devotee. And then Prabhupada is saying that about the conclusions of the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavacharyas, there is no different opinions. It is only opinion is that Krishna is supreme, we are all eternal souls and part and parcels of the Lord, we are his Bhrutya. This is Tad Bhrutya Bhrutya Paricharaka Bhrutya Bhrutya Bhrutyasya Bhrutyatimam Smaralokanada. That is the nature of a devotee. He wanted to be Dasa, 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 like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I am not any person. I am not, he's saying, I am not Brahmana, I am not Kshatriya, I am not Vaishya, like that. I am servant of the Lord. Likewise, so many levels. Become a servant of the Vaishnavas. That is the conclusion of all the Vaishnavacharyas. They don't think that they are equal with the Lord. And then further, Prabhupada is mentioning about this is the humbleness of the pure devotee, 100% in his service, puts the devotee of the Lord in a trance by which to realize everything. And the Lord reveals himself as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satat yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Whoever is engaged in the devotional service without cessation, for them the Lord will give enough intelligence so that they can come back to him. Te dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite, so that they will come easily. I will give the intelligence. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam, to please the Lord, to please not for their own satisfaction, to please the Lord. That is a pure devotee and sincere devotee. for them, Lord reveals by himself. We see so many incidents in the past. The history says all these things. So likewise, a pure devotee is enlightened with the factual truth about the Lord and his different energies. So, and yesterday also we have seen one of the devotee, he was worshipping the Salagram Sila, and accidentally, of course, nothing happens accidentally, but somehow that Salagram Sila, one of it broke. But inside that Salagram Sila, he was able to see the form of the Narayana form, having all the. It is not possible someone to go and carve the deity inside the Salagrama Sila. But we all know, we always worship the Salagrama Sila. So now, practically, we see that there is a form inside the Salagrama Sila. So beautifully. That is how Lord reveals himself to the devotee who is engaged all the time worshipping him. But other people think that's wonderful, oh, it is accidental, something like that. But devotee says this is यदङ्ग्रेभिज्ञान समाधिधते ध्यानोपस्थितिः तत्त्वमात्मनः. It's a practical. It's not a accidental or something like that. Everything there is an arrangement. Okay, so and then further, when he is fully satisfied by devotee service attitude, this is the Lord reveals himself. See, he reveals himself to a devotee when he is fully satisfied by the devotee service attitude. And Sukadeva Goswami position is he is the Paramahamsa. He, by birth itself, he is completely detached from this material enjoyment. Okay, so very beautiful purport and very pleasing to hear all these Prabhupada's statements here in the purport. That is the way of knowing the Lord. So that Lord, Same Mukundo Bhagavan Prasidatam, may that Lord be pleased with me. So Sukadeva Goswami is asking the Lord and praying to the Lord. So that is Yadangre Vidhyana Samadhithautaya Dhyanu Pasanthi Tattvamatmanaha Vadanti Chetat Kavyo Yatharucham Same Mukundo Bhagavan Prasidatam. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Umapati. Can I request any other devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna, you read it?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Umapati, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 14th February 1970, and I am so much glad to note how nicely you are realizing the importance of Krishna consciousness movement. This is Krishna's grace, so work sincerely and seriously, and thus Krishna from within will reveal everything confidential. Actually, the whole world problems can be solved by this movement. That is fact. But people are so much involved in Maya's activities that it takes some time to come to the right conclusion. But if our preaching method is carried on in order, certainly it will be very much effective. So you are intelligent and one of the oldest members in the society, and gradually Krishna is giving you better intelligence also, and thus push on the missionary activities as fast as possible. I came to your country completely in helpless condition, and Krishna is so kind that he has picked up some serious student like you, and my only hope is that even if I die, these missionary activities will go on, and to keep yourself on the standard spiritual strength. Please do not neglect the 16 rounds chanting and following the regulative principles. Try your best and Krishna will help you in all respects. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Okay, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
So Prabhupada's main thing is the Krishna consciousness has to be go forward, move on, and then slowly it will gradually. Then, if I'm not there, but still it's going to go on the Krishna movement. And then he is saying, "I am the helpless." Came in that event in America, so he have no any other except Krishna. So he have a faith in Krishna, and then this now we can see how we are. Everybody, it's like joining in Krishna consciousness, and this going more forward, Prabhu. Yeah. So have to have a faith in Krishna and Guru. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other takeaway points, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Yes, Prabhu, the 16th round and regulative principle has to be followed, and try our best to do, and Krishna will help.
Yes, 16 rounds and chanting and following regulative principles. Thank you so much, Mataji. Gauringa Mataji, any points, Mataji, you wanted to add? Meena Mataji, Saranya Mataji. So here Prabhupada is mentioning, so work sincerely and seriously, and thus Krishna from within will reveal everything. Just like in the previous Srimad Bhagavatam purport also, we see the same thing. And here Prabhupada also at the same time he is encouraging Umapati and be steady with the intelligence, and be strict in following the rules and regulations and chanting. And also Prabhupada is acknowledging how with his personal example, even he is completely in helpless condition, Krishna helped him by bringing all the serious students like you. So many things packed up in one statement. One is the Supreme Lord, another is the how he helped it, and another way how appreciating the disciples. They are coming and joining and encouraging them, and also how future is going to be. See, one or two lines and giving so much of message, that is how it is possible for ordinary people unless he is the direct representative of the Lord. So, and also giving the instruction, once keep yourself on the standard spiritual strength and do not neglect the 16 rounds chanting and following regulative principles. Try your best and Krishna will help you in all respects. One few lines, so much of message and taking away, heart full of content. Okay, so that is about the Prabhupada's letter. And any other point, dear devotees, from the announcements point of view? So coming Tuesday, it is preaching practice session with Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji at 8 p.m. That is our upcoming event, and I don't have any special updates. And dear devotees, if you got anything on Krishna consciousness to share, or you wanted to speak your heart, kindly speak. Or share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, can you remind about the house program from my side, Prabhuji? Tuesday, 3rd of June. Sorry, Monday, 3rd of June.
Next Monday.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So, yeah, that is house program with Patri Prabhuji, who is the multi-talented and multi-servitude towards in Krishna consciousness, who knows many things, highly knowledge. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. If possible, you also coming, Prabhuji.
Mhm.
And yesterday, Ramlala Prabhuji sent me a message. Then can I no Saurabh Prabhu also coming with him. He asking about me. Can I bring to him for program? Then I said yes. Yeah, come together. I said that. So he said okay. Then I gave to him my address. So Saurabh Prabhu also coming. I think so.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Then all devotee, Saranya Mataji, Meena Mataji, I told already, she will come and she with her Mataji, Jagriti Mataji or Usha Mataji, they are coming also. So possible to come,
I'm
Saranya
not sure,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Not sure. Why not?
No. Uh,
Meena Mataji, she told me, okay, she will come. Then she didn't tell
Maybe
me
I'll
anything.
try because
I'll
it's
try.
like working day, so I'll try.
Okay, Mataji, it's
Yeah.
6 o'clock and half 6, 7 is all right, Mataji. They will be here 6 o'clock. It start from 6 o'clock.
Okay, Mataji. Then we'll
Then
hear. Okay.
9 to okay, 6 to
Okay.
9. They have program, Mataji.
Okay. I will let you know, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Mataji.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji, for the update. Yes, so that is 3rd January, 3rd June event with Patri Prabhuji's association, the Gauri Mataji's home. Thank you so much, Mataji. But it may not be possible for me. It is very very rare. If it happens, it's a miracle. But I don't think it would happen. I don't have that facility to come there.
Hare Krishna Gaurangi Mataji. Same as Amoga Prabhuji Mataji, I'm also so far from all of you, Mataji. Thank you for the invitation, Mataji. But maybe future I can meet you all. But now I'm so sorry, Mataji. I can't make it.
Okay, no problem, Mataji. Okay, next time. Because this time is not weekend, weekdays. That's why everybody got problem. School, then work. Because if I do later, then we cannot get Prabhuji mercy. That's why Pati Prabhu is not in here. That's why I make that. I arrange that Monday.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Yes. So once time passes, we cannot get the time back, and it is the time for associating with Patri Prabhuji. Yeah, whoever is lucky enough and fortunate, they will take association. Okay, so
Yes, because I'm 30th in Manner as well, so take my
Yeah, 30 or 31st. Yeah,
30th.
yeah, in Manor, also Soho, evening time. I think so. I saw his program, but I forgot now. He have many program, Mataji. Yeah. This coming Saturday is Haro one Nepali devotee's house. They have program. Then also Mataji, if you can, then you can go to Balaram house in Canton.
Oh, that is near, yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
coming
but
Friday.
I don't know
Yeah.
because their house, like, they don't want like more devotee, or I don't know. So
Yes,
but
but
Kenton is near, yeah.
I
So,
cannot go. I
but
have
I'll go Manor because the Manor is the nearest one.
Yeah, but yeah. If you want to go, I'll tell him. Then let you get his address. Friday. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for the updates. Okay, so if there are no further, then we shall move to the next part of our program. It is Ramayana. Okay, so just a recap in the Ramayana where we are in the previous session. So on that night, it is tomorrow morning is the early morning. It is already night. Tomorrow morning, Rama's Lord Ramchandra's coronation. But Mandra came to Kaikeyi, and then she advised Kaikeyi with her poisonous thoughts, and she poisoned Kaikeyi's mind. Though my Kaikeyi doesn't have any inimical feelings towards Rama, but now she made in such a way the servant who has got inimical thoughts, such a servant, and she influenced the queen Kaikeyi in such a way. Always she should be at this a lot feet of Kaikeyi. Now what happened? After poisoning Kaikeyi's mind, and she became very great in the mind of Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi praised Mandra that, oh Mandra, you are like, you are saving me. You're from the hellish condition. Likewise, she says, and I will follow exactly like you say. Thank you so much for all your help. You are very kind. Likewise, she made Mandra into very high position. So Kaike is now completely, mm, her mind is ruined. Now, what she did as per the plan, as Mandara mentioned, so she went to, with her ornaments scattered and her garland crushed. Kaikeyi lay on the beautiful mosaic floor, appearing like a goddess fallen from the heavens. Her face dark with rage, she tossed about and sobbed. She started crying in the night in the Alaka Gurha. This is called Alaka Gurha, the silky, I don't know, silking house or rooms. It is only for Alaka Gurha. So whenever the queens or uh, they wanted to achieve or mold the husband according to their own desires, they do some kind of activities, pretending that they are not happy, they are crying, and just rebuking the husband in so many ways, in a sulki's way. Okay, so this is now what is going to happen now. So the chapter is, we are in this chapter 6. The name is The King's Heartbreak. Okay, so we shall go into here, where already was take a page to read. Gaurangi Mataji, would you start reading, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Okay. The king's heartbreak. Dasaratha, having seen that all the arrangement for the installation were under underway, made his way towards Kaikeyi's rooms for his evening rendezvous. rendezvous. The glories uh, monarchs enters Kaikeyi's excellent apartment as the moon might enter the sky at night, spreading its beautiful rays. Peacock, parrots, and other is- species of colorful birds crowded the place. Their cries uh, augmenting the sound of various musical instrument. Hundreds of well-dressed maids move about in the great halls and room in which were hung flowing silk drapes and numerous fine painting along the outer walls grew trees filled with blossom and fruits till seeds of ivory burnished with gold stood everywhere, along with expensive couches covered with soft cushions, costly hand-woven carpets covered the floors. First-class food and drink of every variety were provided in gold and crystal dishes laid out on golden tables. Yes, is Prabhuji.
Second paragraph also, Mataji.
Okay. And Dasharatha swept throughout the palace, which revealed paradise itself. The armed guards at the other doors bowed low as he passed, while at the inner doors the fam- female servants folded their palms in respect, coming at least to Kaikai's personal uh, quarters. The king did not see her laying on her bed as expected. Dasratha was surprised to find that his beloved spouse had failed to meet him at the usual time. He called out for her. When there was no reply, the king was dismissed, and had happened? What had happened? He sought about and finding Kaikei's doorkeeper inquired of his wife's whereabouts with uh, dig- dejected expression. The portress told the king that Kaikai had entered the sulking chamber in an angry mood. Hare Krishna Babaji. It's a read very mistake.
Thank you so much, Mataji. You have nicely read, very nicely and slowly, very beautiful. So here, in the Ramayana, so it is the glorifying the beauty of the Kaikai's room, how rich it is, and that is the golden civilization. Everything, the gold, and it looks a lively thing. And there are so many colorful birds crowded the palace, their cries augmenting the sounds of various musical instruments. So that is the beauty, glorifying the beauty of Kaikai's room. And as a king, Dasharatha, he was entering into the Kaikai's room. And once again, it is describing the beauty of the Kaikai's room, what and all it has, and how the mood of it. Okay, now Kaikai is in the sulking chamber in an angry mood. Okay, let's further proceed further. Can you request next Meena Mataji to read the three paragraphs, Mataji?
Even further dismayed upon hearing this strange report, the king quickly made his way toward his wife. He entered the sulking room and saw her there fallen on the floor in a sorry and unseemly state. Dasratha looked sadly upon his youngest queen, who was dearer to him than his life, but who now held in her heart a wicked and sinful desire. Lying on the ground, she looked like a rose creeper violently torn from its tree, or like an apsara dropped from heaven, or a dove caged in a hunter's snare. Dasratha looked upon her as the Lord of elephants might look upon his mate lying freezed by a pos- like poisoned arrow, uh, fondly, fondly stroking her dear strict-faced, the agitated empire spoken to her softly. You're angry, you're angry is sure not mean for me, who only wishes for your uh, unending, unending happiness. Tell me, O gentle lady, by whom you have been insulted or rebuked, so that you now lie here rolling in the dust. Who deserve punishment today? Who deserves punishment today at my hands? Or you wish me to release someone who deserved to be punished? By whom have you been offended, or whom would you speak to oblig- oblig- oblige? Kaikai said nothing and did not even look at the king. Dasratha felt tormented as he at, sought at length to appease her. If you are lying, then I shall call here the royal physicians, who will quickly heal your pain. Speak over whatever is amiss, and allow me to make amends. I can by now means tolerate your distress, and will quickly perform an work which pleased you. This earth with all its wealth belong to me. What shall I bestow upon you today? What can you gain by tor- torturing yourself in this way, my beloved queen? Please rise up and tell me the source of your sorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this is the mood of Kaikai. Now she doesn't speak. So now she wanted to bend her husband to bring him to the Lord, to her feet. That is the mood of. So Prabhupada says, and the Chanakya Niti statements, a person who have got a wife or unjust a wife, that is one thing, or crooked wife who doesn't listen to the husband. And number two is a person who has got a acting as a friend to the person, and who he speaks outside nicely, but inside he has got a different feelings, jealousness or enviousness, such kind of things. That is second. One is the wife, second is the friend, third is the servant who doesn't listen and follow the instructions of the master. If a person having such kind of associates in his home, wife, a friend, and a servant, then his life is doomed. At any point, his death, he is living with the death every moment. So now we see Kaikai's servant Mandara, she poisoned Kaikai. And next, from Dasratha's point of view, his wife Kaikai is now poisoned heart. He has got a poisoned heart. Now she is trying to bend the husband to her feet to make her wishes to fulfill. Okay, and here another angle, Dasharatha being attached to the wife. So, and it is mentioned that he loves Kaikeyi more than his own life. See, that is who was dearer to him than his life. So, because he is attached, this is called Ragham. And though he is a very good king, now still, whenever he enters with the queen, there he is attached. He is bound by the womanly nature, the feminine nature. Now he is trying to please Kaikeyi here as a matter of duty, as a husband to please her, to please his wife, and asking, "What should I do for you?" Okay, and also he is saying, "Just get up and tell me what is the reason for your cause." Next, now Queen Kaikeyi is pacified, trying to pacify, thinking that he is coming in her way. Okay, now shall we go to the next? Usha Mataji, could you please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Kaikeyi was comforted and encouraged by her husband's entreaty. He was ready to do anything to please her. She prepared to put forward her terrible proposal. Seeing Dasratha deeply moved by love for her, Kaikeyi spoke in strained tones. I have not been insulted or offended by anyone, O king. There is, however, something I wish you to accomplish. Make me solemn vow that you will fulfill my desire, and then I shall tell you what it is. Dasratha placed her head upon his lap and straightened her disheveled hair. He smiled at her and said, Save for my son Ram. There is none in this world more dear to me than you. I swear then by that invincible, high-souled Ram, dearer to me than life, that I shall satisfy your cherished desire. By that very Ram from whom separation would surely end my life, I swear to carry out your order. Indeed, by Ram, who I would have in exchange even for my own self, my other sons, and the entire earth, I promise to do your binding. Please therefore reveal your mind to me, O good lady. Kaikeyi saw that her husband had bound himself completely by his thrice spoken vow. She inwardly rejoiced and felt that her ends were practically achieved. She then said to him what would have been difficult to say even for an enemy, and which was like death arrived at Dasratha's door. Let all the gods headed by Indra witness your promise. Let the sun, the moon, the sky, fire, day and night, the four quarters with their presiding deities, the universe itself, and the indwelling Lord in everyone's heart, take heed of your great vow. The highly glorious Emperor, who is always true to his word and who knows what is right, has given me his promise. We can't hear you, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji. Thank you so much. So now Kaikeyi, so she understood that Dasharatha is in her hands. Now she is slowly trying to say that what she wanted to achieve and accomplish. And Dasharatha, he placed her head in his lap and straightened her and saying and comforting her. See, and also his mood he's saying that, save for my son Rama, there is none in this world more dear to me than you. Except, so he's saying how he loved Rama also. I swear then by that invincible high-souled Rama, dearer to me than life, that I shall satisfy your cherished desire. By that very Rama, from whom separation would surely end my life. So, in other way, Dasharatha is expressing that without Rama, I could not live. So, he's telling Kaikeyi is having poisoned heart now. So she doesn't take any words from Dasharatha. Only she wanted to accomplish only her desire. At the sake of, even though Dasharatha is saying that without Rama I cannot live, beforehand itself he is saying somewhere or other, without knowing the intention of Kaikeyi yet. I swear to carry out your order. Indeed, by Rama, whom I would have in exchange even for my own self, my other sons, and the entire earth, I promise to do your bidding. Please therefore reveal your mind to me, O good lady. See how he is bound by the promise. So now Dasharatha has given his word to Kaikeyi. So now he is now bound. Next, Kaikeyi, so spitting the poison from her mouth, what is in the heart. And understanding that there is no escape for Dasharatha. So now what she is doing, she inwardly rejoiced and felt that her ends were practically achieved. And then she spoke. And this is not the way to speak to the husband, who is the protector of her life. And why let all the gods headed by Indra witness your promise? Why she need to say all these things? Who is giving direct protection to the wife? And wife has to worship her husband more than the Lord. That is her duty. But she is bringing third parties for the promise in between husband and wife. And let all the gods witness your promise. Let the sun, the moon, the sky, fire, day and night, the four quarters with their presiding deities, universe itself, and the indwelling Lord and the super soul in the, and take heed of your great vow. And here this vow, it would make the husband half die. Why this woman is speaking like that? So this is very horrible way of expressing the desires as well, without trusting the nature of husband. Okay, just I shall read one page and then I stop there. Okay, so looking intently at her bemused husband, Kaikeyi said, remember now, O king, how in former times you fought with the gods against the demons and how I saved your life. Surely you recall your offer to me, then of 2 boons, having kept those with you all this time. I now wish to take them. Grant me those boons, O Lord, or see me give up my life this very day. So here everyone are keeping their lives stake because one poisoned servant who is crooked, and because of one person, Dasharatha wanted to give up his life without Rama. Kaikeyi wanted to give up her life without fulfill if these her wills are not fulfilled, and Mandara also pretended that she would not be living. So that is the nature of it. Okay, now held under the powerful sway of passion, unbound by his infallible promise, the king, like a deer stepping into a snare, made ready to accord the 2 boons to his queen. Kaikeyi continued, for my first boon, let my son Bharata be installed as the prince regent in Rama's place. For the second, let Rama be exiled to the forest and remain there for 14 years. Be true to your promise, O King of the Kings, and cover both yourself and your race with everlasting glory. For some time, Dasharatha gazed at his wife in utter disbelief. He was seized by an agonizing anxiety when he heard her cruel utterance. Surely this could not be happening. Was he really hearing this, or was it a dream? Had something experienced in a former life suddenly returned as a vivid hallucination? Maybe he was simply losing his sanity. How could Kaikeyi have made such a request? She had always shown a deep affection for Rama. So now he is not able to believe those utterances from the mouth of Kaikeyi. Okay, we have Radha Seka Mataji also. So, Mataji, would you like to read the next three paragraphs, Mataji?
Yep. Where are we reading from?
Um, so, from the top.
As he considered her words again and again, Dashrath became overpowered by grief and fainted away. Upon regaining consciousness, he saw before him his wife sitting with a stern expression, and he remembered again her terrible request. As distressed as a deer at the sight of a lion, the king sat upon the bare floor. He sighed like a poisonous serpent, transfixed by the mystic spells of a character, crying out, "Alas, what a calamity!" He wooed once more. He swooned once more. As he again came back to consciousness, the king began to feel furious. This was entirely unexpected from Gege. She was revealing a side of her nature he had never, ever seen before. He thundered at his queen as if about to consume her with his blazing wrath. "O cruel and wicked woman, it seems you are set upon the destruction of my race. What harm has Rama or I done you? Why then are you bent on bringing ruin to me and mine at such a time? By harboring you all this while, I have held to my bosom a venomous snake, when practically the whole of humanity extols Rama's virtues. How shall I forsake him? I might give up my wives, my kingdom, and indeed my life, but I can never part with Rama." Dashrath broke off, too shocked to continue. He had not always shown kindness to KK. He had not always shown kindness to KK. Had he not always shown kindness to KK? How could she hurt him in this way? Surely she realized that her request would kill him. Deeply impassioned, he spoke with tears in his eyes. "The world may exist without the sun, crops may grow without water, but in no event can life remain in my body without my seeing Rama. Therefore, give up your sinful desire, O beautiful lady. Placing my hand upon your feet, I beseech you to be gracious to me."
Great. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so this is the mood of Dashrath after hearing from Kaikeyi. So I request Mataji, could you please explain the statements, what you say, what you understood, and the scenario here?
I think this is King Dashrath. I think, like sometimes his mood is like, sometimes when we have someone so close to us, we never think they're going to hurt us. And all of a sudden, they hurt the thing that's very dear to us. And we're shocked. We can't believe that that person is like that. And he's speaking to her still. He only sees his love for Lord Ram now. and he can see beyond everything else. He's cutting through all the the pain that he feels. He's going right into his depth for the love of his son, which everybody felt, and I think he's in shock. And he is pleading with his queen that just he can't understand why she's behaved in this way, or he probably has known her since he's married her. She was his like favorite queen, and he's disappointed. He's trying to stop Lord Ram from leaving. He's kind of crushed, not kind of, but it's this whole, it's like, where have I kind of gone wrong? It's the destruction of my race, like, it was such a beautiful situation that there was a cult that was cultivated in Ayodhya. After so long, he's got sons. This was his dream, this was his wish, that Lord Ram be enthralled on the throne. He's the beloved of everybody, and then something happens. It's like a dream of like everything's going to be great, and then the moment when that dream is shattered, and he's obviously trying to plead, but he's using words like venomous snake and that, because it's like it's an attack from a close one, which is more painful. It's like he's a king, he's used to battle from enemies, and he's a powerful king, but this is from someone that he obviously has loved all his life, and that arrow has come from her, that kind of one that is going to be it's going to end his life as well.
Yes.
Because of separation from Lord Ram, and it's the one that is going to hurt the most.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is so what we understand. Prabhupada mentions a woman. This is the statement of Chanakya again. A woman is never to be trusted, though she is a Brahmana. She belongs to whatever the category she is, but because a woman can go onto mode of passion because of the feminine nature, they cannot be trusted. Men cannot put their trust on the woman and carry out anything. So because they can change their mood, because they're emotionally binded. Women are emotionally binded. So, and also knowing that women have to always, even though husband um, may not be intelligent enough, still she has to follow husband instructions. Husband knows how to protect, even though he is not intelligent, he will be able to protect the wife. But of course, there is for rules and regulations. But that is the nature of the woman. But here, Dasharatha, he has trusted Kaikeyi so far. Now, immediately, Kaikeyi is the soft heart, it is turned into poison very easily. That's why women should not be trusted easily. And now he is bringing ruination towards him, and because of the attachment to the wife. Prabhupada explains in the past, the Cleopatra, who has made so many kings, brought to her feet just by the Bhru Vijrumbena, Padakranta, made them to bring them to her feet. That is the nature of the woman. Now also we could see so many times, so many families, women, if they wanted to achieve, they simply like a pretend like a Kaikai, going into sulking jabber, and they pretend that they are not happy to achieve the desire. That should not be. So Krishna consciousness devotees, they're always remembering Krishna, nothing else, no hankering of the material things. And here, Dasharatha, who has conquered all 10 directions, Dasharatha, and who is now having Rama in his life. Rama is the pleasure potency of the Lord. Everyone's have got in their life one source of happiness. One source of happiness. That is always the spiritual, one particular mode in rendering service to the Lord. So here Dasharatha has got Rama. And our devotees, we have got relationship with Krishna and Krishna's devotees. If anyone try to come and disturb that, which is the most happiness for the devotee, the relation with Krishna and the devotees, sadhu sangha. If anyone tries to come and disturb that relation, we cannot live any single moment. So that one exhibits, that is the Rama, the pleasure potency of the Lord. But here, Kaikeyi is trying to take away that, even though Dasharatha is saying that Rama is my life and soul. I can give up everything, but not Rama. I can never part with Rama. But still, because of the attachment, that is going to separate Dasharatha from Rama. So that is the Vitaraga Bhaikroda Manmaya Mam Upashitaha Bahava Jnana Tapasa Pota Madbhava Magata. One has to leave Raga Bhaya Krodha. Then, so this is very so many takeaway points from this in the philosophical point of view. But though Ramayana is a plain story going on, but in the behind we have to take so many points. One should not associate with the bad servants, or one should not attach to the wife and husband. A person always to be steady in the mind in taking the decisions, and he should not give the promises in a very happy mood or in the distressed condition. So many things. And one should not give up Rama at any point of time. Rama is the internal potency of the Lord, the pleasure potency of the Lord. He should not give up that one. So many takeaway points. Okay, so that is very beautiful points. Thank you so much, Mataji. So due to the time conscious, we stop here and continue after that. I request dear devotees, if you wanted to share anything on Ramayana or any reflections, any questions, kindly share.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Like here, like Kaikeyi was like, I'm sure like he also loved like Dasratha. Like when Dasratha said like I cannot live without Ram, so he was like attached with the Dasratha. But because it's the God wills, maybe he was acting like that. Otherwise, like she has some things like effect for like Dasratha when he used this type of word. And
Yes,
he will.
yeah, you're right, exactly. So the gods made a plan. They utilized Mandara to speak like that. They used Mandara as an instrument. That is a divine, the top plan. If we see the overall picture, then it makes sense. But at that point of time, in the small 1 day period, each individual has got a different reflections, a different window. They're seeing what is happening in a through different window due with their limited knowledge. And because of limited knowledge, limited senses, what happens? They will go through the sufferings, anxiety, fall into Vishyan Pumsaha Sangastesh Upajayate. Sangastesh Jhaito Vishan Pumsaha Sangastesh Upajayate. Sanga Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Vijayate. क्रोधोद्भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनात् प्रणश्यति. Everyone's life is going in a reflections based on their realizations at every moment. So here, Kaikeyi window is very small. Dasharatha is big, little bit bigger window, but demigods are seeing in the overall picture. They know it, but a devotee who knows the philosophy, Jnana Vairagyuktena, Bhakti Yogena Yoginaha, that devotee is always taking Kshemaya Padamulam me Pravishinti Akuto Bhayam. He is in the path of devotional service. He never get fear of such kind of small things. He is fixed and determined. And he understands that That is behind the Lord's plan. Lord's will is there. And then he will just do without any lamentation. Go with the flow. Without here, Dasharatha is now, he's now almost dead by hearing those news. And Kaikeyi, she is pretending poison mind. And it is actually God's plan, demigod's plan.
Because I understand he still loves Rama like more than even Dasratha when first. Like he loves Ram then more than Dasrath. Like those not Dasrath, Bharat. Like his own son, this I heard. Because he always give and like by doing this, says yeah, as you said, like God planned.
Yes. So he's mentioning even the entire kingdom, all of things, they're putting at one side, and Rama is just only one side. All of his other three sons and all of wives and kingdom, everything at one side, just Rama at one side. Still, Dasharatha would like to choose only Rama, not anything else. So that kind of love he has got towards Rama. He says that, but still, the Kaikeyi and he even Dasharatha, placing my head upon your feet, I beseech you to be gracious to me, and begging. So Dasharatha is now, he became Padakranta. So this is Kapila Bhagavan says, how a woman make a man to come to her feet. He's now at the feet of Kaikeyi. For what? But the purpose is good here, for the sake of Rama. So Dasharatha is able to bend his head at the feet of Kaikeyi for the sake of Rama. But sometimes in our natural way, some people, they do so many things, but for the sake of sense gratification, that doesn't have any value.
But as a king, he cannot stop, like, to, if he said, like, I don't want to send Rama.
Yes,
Like,
but he is
but
bound by the promise here. He is bound by promise. He is true and virtuous. If once the word goes out of the mouth, he is bound by it, even at the sake of cost of his own life. That is the truthfulness.
Yeah, but still he can say no.
So here absolute truth is based on, see, we have to follow the truthness. That is the ultimate thing. Sat, uh, absolute truth. It cannot be changed. So that's why the promises, but there are many things, but here the truthfulness is taking the highest priority. All our kings, so many things, just for the sake of a word. Satya Harishchandra, if you see Satya Harishchandra, the forefathers of uh, Ramachandra, so or Dasharatha. So how for the sake of, and whenever the Sibi Chakravarti, and there are so many names, Rantideva, just for the sake of word, they lived pious lives. The body, Kshanabhangaram, Shariram, Kshanabhangaram. It will go vain, but the words we speak, it must be truthful in all time and circumstances, even though at the cost of vanishing of the body. It will always be with us.
Yeah, and in Harichandra case, even and the Rishi even didn't ask. He only see the dream. In his dream, he thought that he's asking to give his, but still he just whatever truth just want to give to him. But even the Rishi did not ask him like in physically, but in dream he has saw this that he is asking. It is really like how truthful they are. Like what they give, whatever they say that they do, isn't it? On Harichandra case.
So Harishchandra, So it was the test of Vishwamitra to
Okay.
Harishchandra. So
Mm.
Harishchandra was always truthful. Whatever the words he give, promise, he is always stand by. And some other, so
So
Vishwamitra,
Vishwamitra didn't ask him to give his prayer, but he only see in this dream that Vishwamitra is asking him. Is it true? Is that true?
I don't know Mataji, but he
If I
wanted.
heard it, then I read somewhere or I heard that he only see in his dream that Vishwamitra is asking, to give his, and yeah.
It is not the dream, but actually Harishchandra has passed through all these stages. So Harishchandra, so he has he said that I would give my kingdom, so I'm just giving my kingdom. Then, but it's a movie, but I don't remember exactly now. And then after giving that kingdom to the rishi, donating, and again he says, I would give anything to you. And then later on, he says that what do you have? You have already given. The kingdom is not yours now anymore. So to keep that one, he says that I would give myself and I would give, and likewise there are couple of promises are keep on going one after another, and then he loses his wife and child, he loses himself, and he sells himself to a person who is guarding the graveyard, and then he appointed Satya Harishchandra as a to look after that and to cremate the bodies, and no, do not allow anyone to come to the graveyard to cremate unless they pay the taxes. So such kind of scenario. This is everything is the testing by demigods. The Satya, this Vishwamitra's tests are going through it. But finally, his son also, dead body of his son also come, and his wife only brought it, and he asked for the taxes from his wife to cremate his son. At the time, he closely observed uh, that it is his wife. Until then, he didn't know. See, such a painful situation for Satya Harishchandra, just only for the sake of the truthfulness to maintain that.
Because she don't have anything, and she said, you wear your sari to give it, as that as well. Something like that I heard.
Yeah.
And then God has come and said, no, this is too much now. Yeah. And then everything was fine. But up to that test, God was taking.
Yeah. So people who stand for the truth, they have to go through so many troubles, and of course, devotees also, they completely surrender themselves. They don't want to keep independently achieve something by their own strength. So devotees like Prabhupada, a number of times he say either it is a cat way or monkey way. Monkey, baby monkey, mother monkey. Baby cat, mother cat. So mother cat takes the baby cat through her mouth, and then it will shift from one home to other home. At that time, baby cat is always safe because it is in the mouth of mother cat. Mother cat has got more strength to hold the baby. Baby doesn't have much strength. It is weak. And similarly monkey, baby monkey is holding mother by the baby monkey's strength. Baby doesn't have much strength, but still holding mother, and mother is jumping from one tree to other tree. If baby slips, and then immediately there is a death of a baby monkey. So we are devotees are like a kitten, a baby kitten. Mother only Krishna will look after the devotees. How they can easily cross all these obstacles in this life. But monkeys, it is kind of a people who wanted to do by their own strength. I wanted to follow dharma. I wanted to follow satyam. But it is their own strength, and their jnanis and number of categories. So they give life even for the sake of the truthfulness and dharma. But a devotee doesn't go through all these things. In the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying there are so many obstacles. Mat karmani durghani. So you would be able to tarishyasi, mat prasadate, and by my mercy you will cross all these obstacles. So dharma spurnishta pumsam visvaksena katasyaha notpadayedyatim shramayevi kevalam. So in this age of Kali, it is difficult to achieve such kind of standing to the truthfulness. So
But
that is
in
the only
the
thing.
Kali Yuga, Krishna do that like stand to help to towards our obstacle in this Kali Yuga.
Yes, Mate. So in Kali Yuga, so many, every moment, padam padam jagad vipatam. This is natesham. It is not the place for the intelligent man to live here. So every moment there are so many obstacles. So only thing is kitna deva krishnasya mukta sangha param raje. Simply just that. It is a benediction to us. Nanudveshti kalina. This is Parikshit Maharaj. He yellowed Kali. Nanudveshti kalina. He doesn't have any enviousness towards the Kali Purusha also, because Sarangamiva Sarabhok, just by he knows the essence. In the age of Kali, even one glorifies Krishna, just simply renders devotion service, immediately he will be elevated. That is very easy process, just sticking onto the devotional service. Otherwise, it is very difficult in all times and circumstances.
Just to pray.
Yes, just praying and engage ourselves in the devotional service.
Yeah, because just currently what I'm going through, I know there's nothing I've done wrong, and I'm telling that what I've done wrong. Nothing was coming up, and still like going through what work. And I said, at least they want to say